Just got back from canoeing around the islands of Loch Lomond. It really is a beautiful place. If you've never been there, or if all you've done is just pass by it on your way up to the Highlands, stop and take a look. Get yourself on the water. Explore the islands. It's just stunning. It was quite windy whilst we were up there, and although we had a bit of rain at night, the day mostly was sunshine and overcast. It was really quite good for what we were trying to do, and the islands offered us quite a lot of shelter from the wind, so we could still paddle and explore and enjoy the water despite the strong winds that were there. There's been a lot of rainfall lately, and as such the loch was flooded probably 2 to 4 feet deeper than normal, which tends to transform the loch in general. A lot of the shorelines of the islands are underwater. You can canoe through trees. Of course, you would miss out on some of the beaches, which are quite beautiful, but it gives you a whole different concept to the loch, and it doesn't matter how many times you go back to a place, when you've got rising or falling waters, it transforms the place every time. Of course, if you're not used to paddling through trees, then you're going to get stuck. So you just got to move that boat around, pull on the occasional tree, push as much as you can, and with a bit of luck you can just float out. It's the end of November, and it's really quite warm for this time of year, but you can see the mountains and just how stunning they are. I love being out in the canoe. It's a very graceful craft. It has its own kind of rhythm about it. It's kind of poetry, if you will. Eventually the canoe becomes an extension of your own being. Once you become a proficient paddler, you can connect yourself with every movement of the canoe. You're able to look around, take in the surroundings, watch the wildlife. You get a feel of where the canoe is going without having to focus too much on it. Just by altering the pressure of the paddle, changing how it glides through the water, and using a combination of strokes, you can move the canoe in any direction almost instinctively. Once you get the canoe moving forward and start to power on through with a good rhythm, you can get a pretty good pace going. You get a good indication here just how much the loch is flooded. You can see how the jetty to this island is a good 2 foot under the water as the canoe passes over it. I'm looking for somewhere to camp here. We're scouting around the shoreline trying to find accessible areas where we can get the canoes in. But because of the rise in the water, some of the shorelines are a little bit dodgy, and with it raining overnight, the water can rise more, and you can wake up in the morning and the waterline is either under your hammock or in your tent. So you got to be careful where you're looking to camp. And this place here, I got out the canoe and had a look, and over the brow of the shoreline there's a hollow, and on the other side the water level is right up high to it, so any further rain that night we could be camping in a hollow which in the morning could just be full of water. So we keep on paddling and looking around, scouting around the shorelines, and in the end we find an island, and so we make that our home for the night. You just gotta love the reflections of the light on the water. It's real silky looking, a real treat to see. It's a real shame the light is so flat at the moment, because when you get a good day with good lighting you can really see the striking colours of the trees as autumn touches the loch, and the colours can be just beautiful, rich, bright, vibrant yellows, and set against the green kind of background of trees, and you can see the rich colours of red heathers. It's a lovely place to be. You can see here close up just how beautiful the trees are, and in such a short space of shoreline, so many different types. I'd like to introduce you to Helen as well. This is Helen's first expedition in a canoe, so the canoe is fully laden with everything she needs for 3 nights on the loch. And she's had to battle through quite big waves and quite a lot of wind, and again, for her first time on an expedition like this, she's done really well. So this has just been a little 3-day trip just to introduce Helen to the loch and give her an idea of what it's like to be wild camping and travelling with all your kit. So hopefully in the future we can get back here for 3, 4, 5 days maybe, and explore a few more of the islands and take in a little bit more of the water and do a bit more distance. Well, thank you for watching, and if you want any advice on canoeing or how to get into it, please just get in touch.